Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm sharing with you a haul and I picked up a few new things, so I shot. So I thought that I would share them with you guys. I was trying to say thought and share at the same time. Some of these things are PR items that got sent to me, and then other things are things that I just ordered and picked up myself. I don't necessarily have any like super new items. I do have a few, but a lot of these are things that I was just curious about and wanted to pick up. So, sorry, my nose is itching. I just noticed that that bedroom door was like half closed. I was like, what is going on back there? So the first things I'm going to share with you guys, I guess are the things that I ordered from e.l.f. And after I did that first e.l.f. order, like I guess a couple of weeks ago, I had ordered just like the blush palette in light, and that I do like that blush palette, but some of those blushes are just super intense and I wanted something that wasn't quite as like bright. So I ended up getting this e.l.f. Total Face palette, and it's super reflective. But this has two different blushes, a highlight and like a bronzer. And I didn't order this at first because I just thought, well, maybe this might be too light, but it is perfect. I used this blush color today. It's such a pretty, just like light peachy pink. This color is just slightly a little darker than this. And then it also comes with a highlight, which is really pretty. I'm wearing that highlight mixed with another highlight that I'll show you guys here in a minute. And then also this bronzer, which is also the bronzer I'm wearing today. So if you're fair to light skin tone, this is an awesome palette for you. If you are medium to deep, this is not gonna be dark enough, but I really have been enjoying this so far. And then the other palette that I ended up getting was their Illuminating Palette, and I didn't get this the first go around because I was reading some of the reviews and some people were like, oh, these highlights, they're not very highlighted. Some other person said that they were kind of like the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, but I just decided to go ahead and get it because I like the highlight that comes in the e.l.f. contour palette, and I figured that these highlights would be kind of more like that highlight because that highlight is a subtle type of highlight, and after swatching these I definitely feel that these are going to be like that highlight, which I'm going to put one of these on, which I'm probably not going to be able to tell much because I already have this other highlight on, but yeah, I mean, for me, I like a highlight like this sometimes that's not super intense, but it's just a good, you know, everyday subtle glow, like a glow from within type of highlight. And I was also reading that some people would use these as setting powders. Like I think this one down here might be a good like setting type of powder. So I ended up picking up that. I've been on the hunt trying to find good cool toned eyeshadow palettes, and I saw the Everyday Smoky, or Everyday Smoky palette from e.l.f. And so I thought I would pick this up and give it a try because I do like their Mad for Matte palette, which I own. And I thought that this might be really good for, you know, cool toned eyeshadow palette. I used it for the first time today, and I will say that, I mean, it is a cool toned palette, but it's almost a little too cool toned. Like this shade here, I thought it was going to be more of like a brown, like a cool toned brown, but this is like a gray. It's a very gray toned brown, which I do like it, but I feel like this palette does need like a transition color that is slightly a little more warm toned to help balance it. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to play with this palette a little more. I mean, I do think that the mattes have pretty good pigmentation. I don't know, I don't think I like the formula as much as their new palettes, but it's okay. So I'll just have to use this a little more and let you guys know what I think about it. And then this palette here, I think I was the most excited about this one and the Total Face palette. I think I was most pleased with these two purchases. This is the Shimmer palette, I think. and it's just like a cream highlighting palette. And these highlights are just so beautiful on fair to light skin tones. Like I can wear every single color in here and they're just really pretty. I used this underneath that other powder highlight that I put on top. But they're just beautiful and they feel so nice and creamy. Like these remind me of like the MAC, I forget what they're called. These things, oops, like the MAC cream color bases. That's what it is. The MAC cream colored bases. That's what these remind me of. Like they're just so creamy. They seem like they work okay over top of powders. Like they don't seem like they get you know, chunky with powders, but they're just so beautiful. And then I picked up another e.l.f. powder brush because I use my other one so much and I wanted a backup just so when that other one's dirty, I can use this one. So those were all the things that I picked up from e.l.f. I didn't really get too many things. And then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the Morphe things that I picked up. So I think I showed you guys, I don't know if I showed you guys this in a haul video or not. I think I just did a tutorial on it, but I ended up getting the Boss Mood palette from Morphe. They sent this to me for free through the company Octoly. And I did a tutorial using the purple shades in this palette, and I think this palette is just beautiful. I know I've been talking about this palette a lot. Well, I'm going to be, because I also talk about it in my favorites, my December beauty favorites, which isn't quite up yet, but I just think it's a gorgeous palette. Like these eyeshadows blend out so nice. They have great pigmentation, and this palette reminded me of how much I love Morphe eyeshadows. So once I got this and used it a couple of times, I went on Morphe's website and ordered 2 more eyeshadow palettes. I ended up getting the Fall Into Frost, which is this palette here, and I used this shade right here on like the first part of my eyelid, and I used the Everyday Smoky palette for the rest of the colors, and then my inner corner highlight and like my brow bone highlight, I used that from the Fall Into Frost palette. And I really like this palette so far. I think it's a really beautiful palette, especially for fall and for winter. I really like it. I love that it has so many different shimmers in here, and the quality of this is so good. Like the shimmers are really pigmented, the mattes are super easy to blend out, so really happy about this. And then I ended up getting the Morphe Good Karma Koffee palette. I'm not for sure, the 35K palette, which this is their more cool toned palette. And I will say I don't know if I'm as crazy about this palette as the other ones, not because of the tones of the eyeshadow, but because of the formula. I don't think that the formula is the same in this as in the other 2 palettes. So I'm gonna have to play with this a little more and let you guys know what I think about it. I mean, I love the colors in here. I think this is a really pretty cool toned palette. But yeah, so I'm just not quite for sure on the quality of the eyeshadows, like on the formula. And then I did get another Octoly, another product sent to me for free from Morphe through Octoly, and this is their Cool Pro 8C blush palette. And I have yet to use this. I literally just got this in the mail right before I started filming this haul video. But let me go ahead and swatch some of these. But these colors look like, you know, blush colors that I use on a day-to-day basis. Like I love these peachy colors. I love pinks. So, and they swatch really nice. So that's the top row of pinks in this palette. I just think those are really beautiful. They also have a warm toned blush They also have a warm blush palette as well, but this is the cool toned. So yeah, once I use this a little more, I'll let you guys know what I think about that. And then a couple of other things that I got sent to me for free through Octoly. This Becca Glow Macaroon Collection Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Mini Set. Isn't this packaging the cutest? I had to keep them in the packaging to show you guys what this looked like. But it definitely looks like a little like macaroon like packaging. I think it's so cute. But I love my Becca highlights in Prismatic Amethyst, and I love Moonstone. So I thought I would get this. I know it already has the Amethyst one in here, but it's got Opal and I'm not for sure the other colors. I'll have to open this up and swatch them for you. It comes with Opal, Vanilla Quartz, Rose Quartz, and Prismatic Amethyst. But I just love like their little mini highlights. Like they're so cute, and it'll take me a while to get through these little mini highlights because I have a mini of Moonstone and I still haven't went through all of it yet. So, and I've had it for a while. I mean, granted, I don't use it every single day, but it's almost like I don't want to take the packaging off of those. They're just so cute. Okay, so this one is Rose Quartz, which looks like that. It's like a pink highlight, which Prismatic Amethyst looks pretty pink on me. It doesn't really look purple. Prismatic Amethyst is right here. And I have Opal in the larger one. I never really use that highlight too much because that one tends to be a little too dark for my skin tone. But it is a really beautiful highlight, and I use it on other people all the time whenever I do like freelance makeup. There's Opal. Okay, yeah, Vanilla Quartz is really pretty. It's like a kind of a duochrome sort of white gold sort of shade. It kind of reminds me of the Thunderstruck eyeshadow by Kat Von D. I want to swatch it next to that. Yeah, those are both very similar to each other. Up here's Thunderstruck. So that means that this Becca highlight, or yeah, this Wet n Wild highlight that I have, this bar highlight in Platinum, is probably really similar to this Becca highlight because I know that this highlight is also very similar to Thunderstruck. So yeah, it's almost, it pretty much is a dupe. It might be a little bit more golden where this might be a little bit more orange. I can't believe I've already been filming for 17 minutes. Like that's just crazy. So that's all those highlights. I just love the packaging on these. They're so darling. Like they're just so cute. I love anything mini. I picked up a new Physicians Formula Eye Booster pen in Ultra Black because my other one is about to be finished. It's getting pretty low. The last thing that I got sent to me for free through Octoly is this Real Techniques Finish Sculpting Set. And I do have the sculpting brush and I use that brush so much, but I wanted to get the setting brush. So, because I just think that that brush would be really good for like setting under eye concealer. Can you see Salem back there? Look at him. He looks so cute. Wonder if it'll focus on him. Probably not because this camera's stupid. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say I'm having the hardest time opening up this Real Techniques brush set. I think this is like one of the few sets that I don't have. Like I have almost all the other sets, I think. But it also comes with this cup thing that you can store them in. I feel like this sculpting brush is a little different than the one that I own, but maybe they're the same. I've had my other sculpting brush for a long time. Yeah, the sculpting brush that I have is slightly a little bit more, it looks a little like more pinched. I don't know if you can see. The one that's like the dirty one is the one that I own. But it looks like the shape of them are pretty much the same. The new sculpting brush might be a little bit more rounded, so... But yeah, I use this sculpting brush all the time for sculpting, for contouring. But yeah, I thought this brush would be really good for setting like your under eye concealer. And this is the setting brush. And then it also comes with the fan brush, I think. Yeah. Which I never really like fan brushes for applying highlights. But we'll just see. Maybe it'll work. I'm going to use one of these Becca highlights. Maybe we could use the pink one. No, yeah. Rose Quartz. I'll see if I can use this little fan brush to apply it. Probably not, but okay, yeah, maybe that does work. I'll have to try this for highlighting and see. At least it seems like it's working with that Becca highlight. I'm gonna be so highlighted up. It's kind of like a little fan stipple brush. Okay, and then the last things that I got sent to me in PR are the new Urban Decay On the Run palettes, and they sent me all 3 of the palettes. I have yet to use these, so if you guys want me to, if you guys would like for me to use these in a tutorial or get ready with me, let me know down in the comments. But this is Bailout, which has a pop of purple and then some other like neutral eyeshadows, which I think this one is pretty. I love all of them. I think all of them are really beautiful. Like this one here, which is in Detour, it has like these 2 pops of blues, and Switchback just seems like such an interesting blue color. Like it's like a white kind of duochrome. I don't know. It's really beautiful, like an aqua seafoam kind of green duochrome color, and then the other brown shades in here really warm toned. And then the last one is in Shortcut, which has some really pretty mauves and like reddish tones. So whenever I swatched these, they swatched really beautiful. I think if I had to pick my favorite just from swatching, I don't know. It's a tie kind of between the purple, the Bailout, and Detour. But I mean, I also think that this looks really pretty too. Shortcut, like for like a more mauve-y sort of cool toned palette. So I don't know. I'll have to use these and let you guys know what I think about these. And if you would like for me to use these in a get ready with me or something like that, just let me know. So those are all the new things that I have picked up recently, and I'm planning on doing my 3 looks 1 palette soon with the Wet n Wild, the new Wet n Wild palettes. I know you guys are probably looking forward to those tutorials, so those will be coming once we get into the new year. I have several other videos planned, but once we get through those videos, I will definitely be filming and posting those 3 looks 1 palette with the new Wet n Wild palettes. So you'll have to let me know down in the comment which of those new Wet n Wild palettes you would like to see the 3 looks 1 palette tutorial done with first. So just let me know, and I hope that you guys are having a great day today, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.